What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to Friday night's late night agenda, which will also double up as our Shrewsbury versus Liverpool FA Cup preview stream. I hope you're all well. Welcome. This is your show as always, ladies and gentlemen. Please do keep your comments coming. Anything that you want to have a chat about, you know what to do. Put it in the chat there and we'll get through it. How are we? I see first thing, any Everton fans in here? Nah, John, don't be silly, mate. They don't exist. They're just a myth. They don't exist, Everton fans. What else have we got? Good on you, Pat. Right, let me get straight into what I have something to say. I have something to get off my chest, ladies and gentlemen. So, as you guys have seen, we put up a video earlier on today. I was asked to do my predicted La Liga all-time 11, and I got dog's abuse over it. I got absolutely dog's abuse over it. I was called a fake Liverpool fan. I've been called other bits and pieces through comments that we removed and other stuff as well on other platforms. And you know what my answer to that is? Fuck anybody that has anything negative like that to say about me. You absolutely do not belong here and you're not wanted here. First and foremost, people were accusing us of saying it was a sponsored ad and stuff. It wasn't. We received absolutely no money for that whatsoever. In fact, quite the contrary. Connor and I stuck our hand in our own pockets to fly over to London, put our own hotel costs together, because we wanted to go over to an event like that we were privileged enough to be invited to make some contacts. I told you guys, I'm going to fight for this channel until May. I'm going to make sure that we can try and keep this thing going so we don't have to close the doors in May. And to do that, once again, we put our hands into our own pocket, went over there to London, trying to make contacts, put up a nice little video there that Connor worked really late into the hours of last night. And abuse, not something I ever thought I'd receive from subscribers on our channel. So I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, to start off tonight, that was a little bit disappointing. It really, really was. Yeah, very few people, but you know, it was frustrating. And in order to be able to push the channel on, we need to go out and do things like this. I understand it. This is a Liverpool channel. Putting a La Liga video up there probably seemed a little bit odd. But all I'm asking you to do is look at the bigger picture of this. We did that as a massive favour. We did that as a thank you to people who have helped us out previously and to make contacts and to try and push the channel out there. If you can do me one little favour and get a chance, just give the video a little watch. Make up your own mind, see what you think about it. Give us a thumbs up on it as well, and of course keep your comments coming. For me to be able to get the likes of Guillaume Balaguer and Graham Hunter to share their thoughts with our little channel, I thought it was amazing. I was buzzing after that week. That was a week that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. So to be called a fake Liverpool fan by some prick who probably never met me, or actually definitely has never met me, and knows nothing about me, really, really pissed me off. I understand that, as I said, it's a Liverpool channel, but I want this channel to survive, and I'm going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that it does. So I'm not going to put up with any abuse, ladies and gentlemen. Banter, of course, you're welcome. You know that about me by now, but to that person that was like that and the other people across other platforms, I've actually just jumped off Twitter for the day. I'm not even going to respond to people on Twitter anymore. I've just gone over here now and I'm just going to post to Twitter remotely. I'm going to keep my love for you guys because you deserve it. Anyway, let's keep going. It's amazing to see that Jordan Henderson is finally getting the fucking recognition that he deserves. And a potential candidate for player of the season, perhaps. This is something that I wanted to ask you. I'd seen somebody post it. Who was it? I think it might have been Henry Jackson. I think it might have been Henry Jackson said, maybe, is Jordan Henderson an outsider for player of the season? I don't know if that's been a little bit too optimistic or not, but what we can say, ladies and gentlemen, is Jordan Henderson has been putting in performance after performance after performance, and he just keeps getting better and better and better. And what we've seen the Monterrey manager as well, giving him massive dues earlier on, last month, saying that he's the best player in the world in his position. And I love to hear that. I love to hear stuff like that about our captain. I put up a poll after the game last night, and as you guys know, we finish up our watch-along and then we have our post-match streams. We've got a couple of minutes in between. So I stuck up a poll yesterday on Twitter that put up 3 options for man of the match, and then a 4th, which is, you know, an other comment below, and I put in brackets, possibly Henderson. And I got called a Henderson hater. Me getting called a Henderson hater, which is the reason why I just basically swerved Twitter for a while. If anybody that ever watches this channel knows that I have been probably one of Henderson's biggest cheerleaders. Going back since the day this channel started. I've defended him when he wasn't getting abused. And now all of a sudden there's these glory hunting little bastards out there that are jumping on the, oh, isn't Jordan Henderson marvellous bandwagon? Well, yeah, he is marvellous. But lots of us, including you fantastic people, have known that for quite a while. But there are these glory hunting little shits now trying to take me and call me a Henderson hater. Fuck you, Henderson hater. I have done more to big up Jordan Henderson than, I don't know, many other people out there who are slating our captain. I call him El Capitan. I am forever bigging him up. So just again, a massive fuck you to those people. And I'm never going to hold my thoughts back. You know, ladies and gentlemen, when I've got something to get off my chest, I'm getting it off my fucking chest. Don't care about numbers. Don't care about anything else. Gotta give my honest opinion. So if anybody calls me, of all people, a Hendo hater, massive go fuck yourself from all of us at the channel. Anyway, what do you want to talk about tonight, ladies and gents? Will we go through the score prediction? Will we go through the team selection? Anything you want to talk about, it's your show. Adam said, De Bruyne is better, but Henderson's still good. De Bruyne is amazing, Adam. Absolutely amazing, pal. Love him. But he's plays in a slightly different position to the old Hendo, doesn't he? He's a little bit further forward. And what we've seen with Jordan Henderson is he's had to slip in and he's had to play a central defensive midfield role. He's gone out to the right-hand side as well. But look, as I always say, Kevin De Bruyne is a wonderful footballer. What have we got? Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Thanks, Thomas. I needed to sing something to cheer me up, mate, because I was humming and hawing about whether to even do a stream tonight because I didn't want to come on and say something that I'd regret. As I said, Connor worked his ass off last night to get that La Liga predicted 11 for the next decade video up, working long into the night to have a couple of little idiots just come on and call us fake Liverpool fans. Why? Because I'm fighting for the future of our channel? Because I'm trying to give Connor and my own family a future? Because I'm trying to make contacts out there? Nah, I'm sorry, not happening, ladies and gents. I would rather close down the fucking channel than listen to that type of abuse. Traore's amazing, said Joe Rawson. Mate, whoo, he is. Every time he got the ball yesterday, I'm not going to shit myself. I absolutely shit myself. And you could see that we were doubling and trebling up on the Dama as well every time. And for the goal, what a cross he stood up to Raul Jimenez, by the way. What a cross it was. Absolutely brilliant. Craig, you're a friend for life. Thank you very much, Casper. Love you too, buddy. I think Hendo is better central attacking midfielder, said Thomas McGee. Craig, you're one sexy man. No, it's alright. There's no need to lie to me. There's no need to lie to me, mate. There's loads for us to get through, and I'm going to take my time and enjoy this stream tonight. So settle down, relax, put aside the start, put aside Craig's little bitchy rant that he has from time to time. Now let's have some fun, as we always do. You know I need to get shit off my chest, so when I do, come back down to earth. And this is your show. There won't be a stream tomorrow night, so anything you want to chat about tonight, put it in there. Let me read through some more of your comments. Oh, some people to welcome as well. Declan O'Rourke and Liverpool lads, the newest members to Anfield Agenda FC. Thank you so much for your support. That means the world to us. Anybody else is interested in joining up, look beside your subscribe button. Look in the stream notes below, or wait for somebody to put a link in as well. But if you do want to sign up, there are two options. I'm not going to go through them right now because I want to have some fun. It's Friday. The weekend's here. Don't let the dumb fuckers get to you. Yeah, look, you know me, Cask, I'm always honest, and sometimes it does get to me. Sometimes it really winds me up, particularly for something like that. That trip probably cost me and Connor about 800 quid. About 800 quid to go over there off our own backs to do that filming. To come back, and as I said, I'll give you just a recap. We went over on the Tuesday. Then on the Wednesday the event was, and the reason we went on the Tuesday was originally the event was on the Tuesday, but it was moved to the Wednesday. So then we did that. And to make sure that we got all the footage that we wanted, we even stayed a night longer because our flight, we would have missed half the event. So we changed our flights, stayed a night longer. I got home on Thursday, let's say 12, something like that. Had a shower, spent a little bit of time with my wife and kids, had some dinner, went to bed at 8 and I was back up to go over and do some more filming in London. So yeah, for somebody to call me a fake Liverpool fan, honestly, mate, you've no idea. You've no idea. And as well, the people that think we make a living off this and make a load of money out of it, nah, again, putting our own hand in our pockets to cover these things because we want the channel to grow. I've always said this, ladies and gentlemen, we're a community on here, and everything that you've done to help us, we want to give right back to you. So we were out there and we were chatting and we were mingling and we were trying to find contacts and we were trying to find the little things that would help push our channel forward because we don't want to pack up in May. I'm petrified about it, so I'm going to fight tooth and nail to make sure we don't. We're not signing Isco, said Joe Rawson. No, we're not. You're right, Joe. Absolutely not happening. This seems to me like a very lazy rumour, Joe. One that comes across every transfer window. Every transfer window looks like Real Madrid are going to want to get rid of Isco, and we've been linked with him. Why wouldn't we be? You know, best club in the world and all, but I don't think it's going to happen, to be fair. Right, Brandon Banks is going for a 5-0 prediction on what's wrong with Mane. Alright, on Sadio Mane. Let me give you guys a bit of an injury update, actually, because that's what the stream title is tonight. Injury boost for KLOPP, and then, of course, the preview. So, Jurgen Klopp has been handed an injury boost ahead of the game with the news that Naby Keita is fit and could well be available to play in the FA Cup game against Shrewsbury Town on Sunday. I think it's far more likely, personally, that we'll see Naby Keita play against West Ham. But it is great to know that he is back available for Klopp, because the midfield options were starting to shrink for a little while there. James Milner and Xherdan Shaqiri aren't quite ready, and obviously Firmino and Joel Matip are both back and available to start for Jurgen Klopp. There's no news on Sadio Mane, and I'm going to give you guys the real info here, because there's going to be people out there who are throwing numbers around willy-nilly. The fact is, nobody knows yet. He's been gone for a scan. They're going to get the results of that, I believe, either today or tomorrow. And all that we know is that it's a hamstring injury. That's it. That's all that we know. And that's the gospel truth about it. Anyone that tries to fill you full of anything else is just bullshitting you. Nobody knows. We hope and pray that, of course, it's not going to be long for Sadio. But we do have Takumi. So we do have somebody that can go and fill in there. And we also have Sir Divock of Anfield as well. So the options are available to KLOPP. But that is the latest that I've read on the injury updates as well. And of course, if there's anybody later on in the stream that wants me to recap on that, I'm happy to do so at the end. Let's get stuck in now to the Wolves prediction and the starting 11. We did this together, actually, me and Connor. Connor was on his way home from college, so we called into the gaff today and we did this predicted 11 together. So what we've gone for, it says Craig's predicted 11 here, but Connor needs his credit on this one as well. Adrian is going to be in goal. Jurgen Klopp said as much today in his press conference. So we know Adrian's going to be in goal. We've gone for Larouci at left back, Dejan Lovren to partner Joel Matip at centre back, and then we've gone for young Neco Williams at right back. The midfield trio that we've gone for is Fabinho, Pedro Chirivella, and of course Curtis Jones. We could have gone for Lallana, but we're not sure about his virus yet. We're not sure whether that illness of his has cured or got better or improved. Whatever word I want to use. So that's what we've gone for in midfield there. Fabinho, Chirivella and Jones. And then up front we've gone for Divock Origi, Harvey Elliott and Takumi Minamino. That's the 11 that we believe will take the pitch against Wolves. Or not against Wolves, against Shrewsbury Town. It's a complete guess though. But I want to see the youngsters get a chance. I want to see Larouci play. I want to see Elliott play. I want to see Chirivella. I want to see Curtis Jones. Chirivella was brilliant against Everton, as was all the other young players that took to the pitch. So that's my 11 and Connor's 11. I've gone for a score prediction of 3-1. You know me by now, ladies and gentlemen. I usually give the home team a goal when we're away from home. So I've gone for a 3-1 win for the Reds. Love to know your thoughts. Love to know your predicted 11s. Please do put it in the chat. Joshua said Mane is an elite athlete. He'll be back in no time. Fingers crossed, mate. Fingers crossed. You're right about the first part. The man is an absolute animal, and I mean that in the most positive way. I love the guy. And hopefully, yes, he is a naturally fit fella. Fingers crossed. But you don't want to take any chances as well, particularly with the Champions League tie around the corner as well against Aledi. So, yeah, there's we want Sadio back for that one. We need to win the FA Cup. We have a chance to go through the next game at home, said LFC Gamer. Well, we want to win every competition, mate. You're right. We want to win every competition possible that we can go into, but I don't know if we need to win it. But I think what we need to do is again put faith in these players that got us through the game against Everton and see how they get on. I've no doubt that the bench will have a few strong players on it as well, just in case. Yeah, so that's what I've gone with. Again, love your 11s. Love to know your thoughts on it. Stephen Booker said Mane will probably only miss West Ham and Southampton. Wouldn't have played against Shrewsbury anyway, and then back after the 2-week winter break. Is there a 2-week winter break, Stephen? If my memory is correct, isn't it staggered? So then some teams play 1 week and then some teams play the other week. But again, that's just working off memory, Stephen, mate. Yeah, good shout. He wouldn't have played. He wouldn't have played against Shrewsbury, possibly on the bench. But yeah, there's no way he wouldn't have played. The Dugout, thank you for the super chat, mate. Said you're a friend for life, Craig. Screw the haters. Sometimes, Douglas, mate, I can brush it off. Sometimes it's fine. If somebody just comes into a chat like this and just calls me dickhead, it's fine. But God, when you put in the effort on a video like that, yeah, it's a little bit off the wall because it's not Liverpool related, but it's just to show as well our versatility, to show that we're capable of doing things without swearing and in a professional basis. And Connor got a chance to flex his editing skills as well. So yeah, we jumped at the opportunity and we're infinitely grateful to La Liga, to everybody for having us over to that event in London. And yeah, it was great. absolutely amazing. If you're on Twitter, have a look. I put a little sneak preview of the behind the scenes video up there as well. Not our video, the one that La Liga and Premier Sport and Sky and Virgin and everyone at the Playbook put out. So please do check that out as well. But most importantly, if you have, what is it? I think it's 8 minutes long. Go over there after the stream and check out that predicted La Liga 11 of the next decade and let me know your thoughts, because I know a lot of you guys are infinitely knowledgeable on overseas players and watch as much football as I do, so I'm genuinely intrigued to know your thoughts on what 11 you might go with. But look, let's go back to the Reds game tonight and see what your thoughts are tonight. The Reds game on Sunday, the show tonight, and see how you're all feeling. Is Milner's injury recovered? No, he isn't available, mate. As I was just saying a couple of seconds ago, you might have just missed it. He isn't available, not yet. Shaqiri and Milner not back, fit and available for this one. Jack Black Hopkins has gone for a 2-0 prediction for a win for Liverpool. Robbo almost killed himself against Traore, needs a day on the beach, said who let the ox out. Yeah, I fully expect Larouci to play this game. You're right, the amount of minutes that those guys have been putting in, and what a night he had against Adama. I mean, wow. The man, I've never seen somebody who is so quick from a standstill position as Adama Traore is. What a beast. And again, and I'm meaning that in the most positive way. And the cross that he stood up as well for Jimenez was... Sometimes you look at a goal and you want to be critical from a defensive perspective, but for that one you just had to, put your hands up and say great goal, fair play. Liverpool lad said Hendo or Oxlade-Chamberlain. By the way, love your streams, come on you Reds. Thank you so much and welcome, as I said earlier, mate, to Anfield Agenda FC. It depends. Horses for courses is the phrase that I usually use, mate. I mean, I think Oxlade-Chamberlain gives you a lot more from an attacking sense. I don't think anybody would be surprised to hear me say that. You'll get more goals out of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. But with Henderson, he can pick out a pass. He can whip in a cross. If we're looking for somebody to play in the attacking midfield position, I'd probably lean towards Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. But if we're looking for a box-to-box midfielder, then I don't see many better out there than Jordan Henderson. I don't mean to cop out on the question, but I think it genuinely just depends on who we're playing. Stephen Booker said, nope, you were just replying to somebody. Adama Traore is a brick wall, said Casper. How good are Shrewsbury Town this year? They're doing okay. Good win for them to get through, to play us, to be fair. But we should, in theory, be too strong. But then again, football isn't played on paper, it's played on a pitch and the guys will have to go out there. But it's another opportunity for these young Reds to go out there and show Jurgen Klopp what they're capable of. And you heard Curtis Jones in his interview after the Everton game when he scored that winner. He was chomping at the bit. You could see, he said he's almost disappointed at times that he's not getting an opportunity, and that's what you want to hear, and that's what you want to see. So himself and Chiravella and Harvey Elliott, they're going to want to go out there, Larouci, young Neco Williams, they're going to want to go out there and put down a statement and show Klopp that they're ready to make that step up. And I fully believe in these guys, and I know you do as well. What have you got? You'll Never Walk Alone LFC said I'm going 4-1 with a Minamino brace and an Origi brace. Can't see Wolves holding on to Adama, said Cape Town Muslim. To be fair to Wolves, they took a chance when they signed him. They did really, really well coaching him, bulking him up, and turning him into the player that he is. Now, of course, Adama has to take massive credit for the will and the determination that he's shown, but as I've always said, Wolves are a team that are looking to progress. They're a team that has some good contacts and some good people within the club, and they're going to want to be in those Champions League places or as close to them over the coming years. So I don't think they'll be under any financial pressure to sell Adama Traore. And for him, again, I think, what is he, 23, 24 years of age? He's still got time on his side. Another 18 months or so there do him no harm whatsoever. What have we got? Melissa Curtis, hello. Hello to you. And Liverpool lads, I love your little super sticker, mate. Thank you. 100% love you, buddy. Thank you for the kind words and the support. Really important. Does anyone know any information about us looking to sign any more fullbacks? The last thing I heard, Grant, was the stuff around the Coventry left back, and after that it's gone quiet. But that could be a good thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with looking at the likes of Larouci, Adam Lewis when he comes back from his injury, and then of course Neco Williams at right back. I mean, these guys, and then of course we've got Kylian Hoover, and these guys will be alright, you know. I don't think we need to necessarily dip into the market, and if there's one thing we know about Klopp, he knows the market and he knows how to judge a young player. Now, again, I'm going to circle back around to the Shrewsbury preview, and I will get more of your team selections, but there's something that's been bugging me, and I know it's been bugging you guys as well. So, for the few people out there that do this, and there is only a few, and I know it bugs so many of you because you mentioned it to me across various platforms, can we stop trying to undermine our own forwards, please? There's some people out there intent on trying to find reasons and destabilise our front three by saying things like they dislike each other, one of them's too greedy, Salah's too selfish, Bobby doesn't score enough goals, Mane and Salah don't get on with each other. There's no problem within this group. Those players like each other. And aren't players only really selfish if they don't score? So let's say Mo scored 3 goals yesterday. Everybody will be on here, including me, lauding him and saying how great he was. Now, yesterday was Mo greedy on a couple of occasions. If I put my hands up, I'll have to say yes. But that's a once-off thing for me. All forwards are infinitely greedy. That's in their nature. They want to score goals. I just think that it's very rare that from within our own fan base, or at least people proclaiming to be Liverpool fans, that we're trying to cause problems and issues that aren't there. We don't need to pitch one against the other. We're fortunate enough that we have Bobby Firmino, Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah at this football club. Enjoy them. Don't point pit them against each other. Don't try and say one scores more than the other. They all bring different things to this team, and this team is greater than the sum of its collective parts. That's one thing that's always been the way with Jurgen Klopp teams. So please don't try and undermine our own players. There's only a few out there doing it, but they have a very loud voice and they seem to be, jumping across various platforms. And another thing is, we all like to think that we see the game and we understand the game, and we all like to think that we're quite clued up on what's going on. But if we think that we see something, surely to God we've got to understand that Jurgen Klopp sees whatever we see and more. So if there's any problems there, if there was any infighting, if there was any bitterness, if there was any greediness, Jurgen Klopp will address these things, guys. Come on, you know that. I think sometimes we unwittingly almost try and think that he's an idiot. Because, we're seeing something, so why isn't Klopp seeing it? Well, Klopp's not seeing it because it probably doesn't exist. Now again, that's not to say that there wasn't a couple of occasions, or there won't be future occasions, where Sadio's a little bit greedy, or Mo's a little bit greedy, or Bobby misses a sitter. But again, it's all about the collective, and it's about getting those 3 points. And what did we do yesterday? We looked a little bit leggy at 1-1. If anything, Wolves probably looked like the team that were going to go on to win that game. But no, these guys stepped up. Bobby Firmino had an opportunity a few minutes beforehand. Really good save by the keeper. Did he drop his head? Did he fuck? Mohamed Salah was on the edge of the box. He was trying to weave a way through. Bit of a ricochet. Pass through to Bobby. Takes a touch. Left foot. Top corner. And we've won the game. Yet again. Those lads like each other. It's the reason why they keep fighting like they do. The reason why they never give up. And the reason why Jurgen Klopp gets the buy-in from them is because, yes, they're mentality monsters, as we say. But Jurgen Klopp gets the buy-in from these guys. Because the proof is in the pudding. They've done the comebacks. They've won the hard games. They believe in each other. They're there for each other. On and off the pitch. So look, I implore you. Enjoy them while they're here. God knows how long they'll be here. They could be here for the rest of their careers. They could head off in 18 months. Who knows? But don't try and compare them. Don't try and cause issues that aren't there. Enjoy them, ladies and gentlemen. The likes of Manchester United fans, Arsenal fans, you'll hear them all trying to say Salah's a fraud or this. Fuck them. They would crawl over broken glass to have our front three at their football club. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. Don't let this bitterness seep in. This is your time to enjoy it. This is the time where us Liverpool fans get to sit back and watch this glorious side go out there week after week after week, perform to the levels that they are, and let the saltiness sink in. Let the salty opposition fans. That's all they have now. They've got nothing else. All they have is bitterness and hatred. So don't let it seep in. Just have fun with them. Wind them up. But deep down know that we're witnessing something really special. We're witnessing something very, very special. Is it just me, or are true LFC fans the most knowledgeable fans? Cape Town Muslim, I like to think so. But then again, I am biased. But I've always said it. The Liverpool fans, and we're renowned all around the world. Very knowledgeable group of fans, and we appreciate good football. Somebody mentioned Haaland there a couple of minutes ago in the chat. Came on as a sub tonight again. Bangs in 2 goals. I think he came on after about 63 minutes, something like that. Bangs in 2 late goals. We appreciate good footballers. Cristiano Ronaldo got a standing ovation at Anfield before because he put in a really good performance. I remember seeing whatchamacallit, Hazard put in one of the best away performances I've ever seen at Anfield, and again Liverpool fans went on social media and said, Christ almighty, that was a good performance. So we are a different breed. We do appreciate greatness, but other people just hate to see us succeed, but enjoy that. Found the emoji, said Anthony Davies. Nice one, mate. Dave Sweeney said, well said, Craig. Stop talking about selling or swapping our front three. Players will move on, but not before they do their best for Liverpool. Exactly, mate. We're so fucking lucky to have these guys here. I mean, look back at the Roy Hodgson days. Actually, don't look back at the Roy Hodgson days, to be fair. Don't do that to yourselves. Craig, either you're the Liga Team of the Week, or, well, it's not Team of the Week, it's Team of the Next Decade. Who would I sign first? Oh, by the way, for my La Liga Team of the Decade, I was a little bit cheeky. I put Kepa in goal because I don't think it'll work out for my Chelsea, and I think he'll end back up in La Liga, so bit of banter there. Who would I take? Vinicius or Fatty, one of those two probably. Vinicius Junior, obviously an absolutely wonderful footballer, and I think Klopp's an admirer of him as well. But then again, we're stocking up forward, so it's difficult to say. Frankie de Jong. Actually, do you know what? Frankie de Jong. That's who I'd take. I'd love to have him in that regista role in our midfield. To think of how good he is at the age he is. Yeah, de Jong. I think he'd be ideal. I've said before, and you guys have heard me say how much I love Marco Verratti. I'd love to drop de Jong in there. So yeah, great question, mate, and thank you. And that's the one I'd go with. They'd walk into any team in the Premier League, especially Manchester United. Said you'll never walk alone. Red should sign Werner, said Clifford Healy. I think we should, and I think we might, Clifford. Now again, don't come on here and say Craig said we're going to sign Timo Werner. I absolutely didn't. But he's one of the very realistic signings for various reasons. As I said to you the other day, we've got a good working relationship with RB Leipzig. The Naby Keita deal was structured in a way that left everybody happy. There is a price tag of around 60 million euros, 51 million pounds, something like that. And maybe a deal could be done and say, hey, we'll take the kid in the summer. But Leipzig aren't going to let him leave this month. There's no way. They're fighting at the top of the Bundesliga. They're in the Champions League. But I think of all the names that we've been talking about, Mbappe's, Sancho's, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner's probably the most realistic and the one that you could see easily dropping into our system. Although, of course, you would find a place for Kylian Mbappe and Jadon Sancho as well. But I think he's the most realistic. The one that I would rate maybe an 8 out of 10 if I was to throw a guess at it. I would love Koulibaly and Virgil in our defence. Said Breeze plays MSP. Yeah, Koulibaly's a baller, mate. No doubt about it. Not going to come to Liverpool. There's no way we're going to put out that much money for a centre-back that would improve. But we've got Joe Gomez. And Joe Gomez is going through an unbelievable run of form. And then when Joe Gomez needs a rest or heaven forbid he has a knock or something, you've got Joe Matip there. And don't forget he signed a new contract. We've got Kiana Hoover and we've got Sepp Vandenberg coming through the youths as well. We've got young Nathaniel Phillips, who's on loan at Stuttgart. And then, of course, we've got Degsy Lovren. And the reason I left Degsy till the end is because I think Degsy might move on in the summer. But again, how great are we? How lucky are we to have all these players? Craig, do you think Liverpool are sleeping in not signing Donny van de Beek? I think it's almost been an open secret, mate, that are the worst kept secret in football. It looks like Donny van de Beek's going to go to Real Madrid. They've been long-term admirers of his, and that's fully where I expect him to end up. I don't know when, don't know if it'll happen this month, don't know if it'll happen in the summer, but I expect him to end up at Real Madrid from what I've read. Rodder said, I hope Neco Williams plays on Sunday. I think that he will. I think that he will, mate. I really, really do. And there's a couple of fixture changes as well. Remind me to tell you guys about that. A couple of different times games have been switched for TV. Thanks, good choice. He wouldn't get in the team though. I get where you're going, Kate. I get where you're going. He's a wonderful footballer though, isn't he? Young Frankie de Jong. Who of Werner, Sancho and Adama Traore do you think we should buy and would benefit the team most if we had them in, said Mechatronics Geek. I don't think Traore. And I think there was a very good piece as well in the Echo where they spoke about that Wolves' system is set up to get the best out of Adama Traore. So for me, I think Werner or Sancho would bring a lot to our team. I watched Sancho tonight. I watched that Dortmund game against Cologne, and Sancho took his goal really well, and he really is starting to blossom more and more and more. I think Werner's more realistic, But then again, we had been strongly linked to Jadon Sancho. And they're not going to let him leave until the summer. The price tag will be very high. They were talking about similar figures to the money they got from Barcelona for Ousmane Dembele. And if he carries on, I think that he scored 10 or 11 goals in the league already this season, which is close enough to his entire tally for last year, where I believe maybe 12, something like that for Sancho. And yes, he has had a few fines and he's had a little bit of trouble for being late back from international duty and late for training and stuff like that. But if he was to come to Liverpool Football Club, you can bet your ass that Jurgen Klopp will believe that he has the right attitude. And I thought about this a little bit more because originally I was wondering about his attitude. And of course, why should I be? I don't know him. But to play in front of the yellow wall, to play at Dortmund like that, in that arena, and to go over there as young as he did, I think the kid's shown tremendous balls and tremendous heart and tremendous courage and has stepped up. So he is made of stern stuff. And wherever he does go, whether it be to Liverpool or whatever club, if he does make another step up, I think you're going to see... We often overhype English players, but I genuinely think that the more I see a Jadon Sancho, the more I think he is a tremendous player that... I don't even know what his ceiling is, but I know that he's going to light up wherever he goes. I'm sorry if I'm getting you overexcited and then I'm going to say I'm not sure if we sign her or not, but again, I won't tell you any lies. Rachel Mason, welcome, the newest member to Anfield Agenda FC. Thank you so much, Rachel, for joining. Now you've got use of all those cool little emojis as well. Ladies and gentlemen, humour me for 1 second while I talk about the Anfield Agenda memberships, because Rachel has joined. There was a couple of people earlier on as well. There's two membership options. There's one that's 99p or 99 cent or whatever your national equivalent is, and then there's one that is £4.99, again $4.99 for €99 or whatever your country's equivalent is, excuse me. So for all the memberships, you get used to the cool emojis, the WFM, the Craig's Head, the KLOPP. What else have we got? There's the Mo Salah one. There is the... I can't remember what other ones there are. There's the goal emoji and a few other bits and pieces. And Connor's going to be adding to them over the coming days as well. You also get use of... What else have we got to 99? Oh, sorry. You also get your name in green. And you get a lovely little bronze badge beside your name. And once you stay with us for 2 months, that will become a silver badge. 4 months, that will become a gold badge. And then after 6 months, that will become a sexy ass red badge like our actual logo. Then for those that have joined the Anfield Agenda Ultras, that's $4.99 a month. You get use of everything we've spoken about, but you also get added into the Discord group. The Discord group, as those of you who have already joined it will know, is where we bounce around ideas and we're going to help you guys, give you guys the opportunity to shape the future of the channel. But I always want to say a couple of things about this. If you can ever afford super chats or super stickers or memberships, don't worry your ass about it. We love you. We want you here. We'll always read out everyone's comments as much as we can. And don't ever feel like you're under any pressure. We don't want people to feel that way. But it's because of you that we're able to offer memberships. It's because of your support and getting us over 30k that these are available to us. So we're also working on something else for the Anfield Ultras members when... and possibly even for the regular members as well, because we don't know. People keep asking us about merch. People keep saying, are we going to release merch? We're waiting till May. We're going to wait until that call. We see what the future of the channel is in May. If we're going to push on, then we're going to make merch. And those of you that are members will probably be able to get a discount on that merch down the line as well. So again, a few other bits and pieces. We're always going to try and make a value for money for people because we appreciate it. Money's not easy to come by. And to sign up like that, to support the channel the way you have, it means the world to us. So thank you. Right, enough of a sales pitch from Craig. Let's go on. David Hughes said, Boss Nights rules. We've been fortunate enough, mate, to go to a Boss Night event, and you're right, fucking class. If you ever get the chance to attend a Boss Night event, go. The guys put on an amazing show. It's tremendous value for money. And just to be there with so many Reds, singing songs, arm in arm, it's brilliant. I had the pleasure of interviewing Jamie Webster and Kieran Molyneux when we went over to the one at Liverpool before the Champions League final. Absolutely wonderful group of lads as well. Really humble, lovely lads, living the dream. What have we got? Haaland scores 2 tonight. United fans cry, said Ramadan. Yeah, sure, he was their player, wasn't he? He was coming. Bruno's coming. They were all going to Manchester United. And now, who did I see them linked with earlier on? I'm sure you guys seen this. They're talking about a short-term deal. Who's the kid that used to play for Watford that fucked off to China? Do you remember that guy? I can't remember who the guy's name is. But they've been linked for a short-term deal for him. That's how mighty United have fallen. I fucking love it. I love it. I love that they're nickel and diming over Bruno as well, because they don't want to have their pants down and pulled down in the future over price. Here, I'll break the news to you, United fans. You're gonna have your little panties pulled down. So wear the red ones, the nice ones, because clubs know you're desperate. And when you come a knocking, those clubs are gonna want to see a little bit of leg. So put on the nice red panties, because you're gonna get them pulled down. You know you are. You know that you are. How much money do you think we'll bring in during the summer, Lovren, Shaqiri, etc.? I don't know, Grant. Haven't really thought about it, buddy. Shaqiri, the number seems to be around €30 million. That's the number that's doing the rounds, or that was the one when he was linked to Roma anyway. Lallana and stuff, if he moves on, and Lovren, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know how much they'd be worth. Igalo, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Revanite. Thank you, Casper. Thank you, everybody else that's put it in. You'll never walk alone. Zachary as well. Everyone that's put it in. Yeah, Igalo. Imagine that. That's how far they've gone, Mister. And they call Salah a one-season wonder, and they're out there trying to get loan deals for B-techers like that. There you go. And Ollie's begging for time. But you know what? I heard something last night. The most beautiful words that I've heard ushered out of United in a while. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has their full support. Oh, please keep supporting him. Please keep supporting that fucking fraud, because we're all enjoying it. Ole at the wheel. Long may he continue. United won the transfer. No, Everton win all the transfer windows. Remember, mate? You have to remember that. Sure, didn't they beat a part-timers fucking 85-0 or something like that? Sure, they thought they were nailed on for the Champions League then. Mechatronics Geek said, I don't think we should sell Lovren, Lallana and Kleiner at the end of the contracts in the summer. Good point on Lallana, actually, mate. Thank you on that one. Kleiny, I think you might see him move on by the end of this window. I think he's just trying to get his fitness up, and then I think you'll probably see Kleiny go out by the end of this window. Really good point on Lallana, though. Selling Lovren, I think he just wants more game time. Again, like Simon Mignolet and stuff, when you're getting into your 30s like that, and you're not getting all the opportunities that you might want. Degsy loves this club. You can see it in him. Man fights for the shirt every time he goes on the pitch. I just have a feeling he's been linked too many times for me now in the last couple of windows for there not to be a little bit of truth to him potentially moving on. And wherever he goes, if he does go, same with Lallana, same with Kleiny. I mean, they should go with all our best wishes and support. Solskjaer is a football genius, said Darren Neal. Like the moustache and stubble, Craig. Looks good, said Bernadette. Thank you, Bernadette. Yeah, I wish I could grow a beard. I mean, if I could grow a beard, I'd be full on fucking lumberjack here. But this is the extent of my facial hair. Like I'm like a prepubescent teen, as I keep saying. But I thank you for the compliment, Bernadette. And again for the email, Bernadette. Thank you for that information, and thank you for everything. I'm sorry I misunderstood one part of it, but you are dealing with an idiot sometimes. Have Nike paid me to wear that hoodie? No. Do you know what I noticed? I've actually started to subconsciously wear more Nike hoodies over the past couple of days. I had a green and black one on the other day. I've got this one on tonight. But no, I fucking wish Nike were giving me a few quid to wear some hoodies. I hope Klopp brings Harry Wilson back, said Sean Swain. What do you guys think on Wilson? What do you think? Has he got a future at the club? I mean, he can do some great stuff, we know that, but I've given you my opinion before, and I'm going to hang off for those of you that don't know my opinion because I don't want to sway you. Do you think that Harry Wilson will make it at Liverpool Football Club, or do you think that the club might move him on? Chris Byram, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, mate, the newest member. Great to have you with us. Man United also linked with Tevez. I've fucking seen that. I thought that I was hallucinating when I read that. I don't think there's any truth to it, but oh my god, imagine being linked to Tevez. Like, the state of him. He went to China and he was just so unfit that they fucked him off the Boca, I think, and then at Boca didn't work out either. There's just no way. But let it keep happening, because that's exactly what I want to see. I'm surprised they didn't try and get Ibrahimovic back as well before he went to AC Milan. Keep Harry Wilson, kick out Ben Woodburn. Well, I don't like the phrase kick out, Casper, but Woodburn, look, I think we'll all agree that Ben Woodburn probably won't succeed at the club. I don't think that's been too critical. Wilson is knocking, like Kate says. I don't know what you mean, Kate. Cash in and get around 30 million, said Scott HD. Wilson will be moved on, said Joe Rawson. I for one welcome our new Nike overlords, said Darren Neal. I'm still an Adidas fanboy, mate. I'm going to buy Nike gear because I'm very loyal to whoever manufactures our kits, and I suppose that's exactly what they want, but I'm always going to be an Adidas fanboy deep down. Do we owe cash on Salah? I don't know what way that deal was structured, Zachary, and I don't know what potential bonuses were there. So wasn't it somewhere between 36 and 40 million, something like that? But I don't know if we owe any money on it, mate. But if it is, it will be minimal at this amount, if there is any owed, and I don't know if there is or not. I know that at the time, Roma were under a little bit of pressure around FFP and stuff like that, and they felt that we, pulled their pants down a little bit on the fee, and then when we went back in for Alisson, we did of course pay as much as we paid. Mechatronics Geek said Wilson's not good enough, Lallana will leave, Curtis Jones and Minamino are the way forward. Ian Reid reckons that Wilson will succeed at Liverpool. It's good to see this nice mix of opinion. It's why I love these chats so much. I think with Wilson we should give him a reason, playing in the League Cup and FA Cup games, just to see if Klopp can make him better. If not, then sell him. I think that's the reason, mate, he probably went to Bournemouth, so Klopp could see him at the level in the league, and I know he's keeping track on him. I mean, Wilson's spoken about getting text messages and stuff off the gaffer, and I know Liverpool have people that go out there and scout our own players to make sure that, see how they're getting on, because that's the whole point of sending them out on loan, and I'm sure the medical departments and sports science teams and stuff are probably gone back and forth as well. He's something about him, Wilson, no doubt. Definitely has something about him. I just don't know if it's going to be at the Liverpool level. And I have my doubts. If I was to say one way or the other personally, now that I've given everyone a chance, I would say he won't. But I'm always happy to be proven wrong. Woodburn sounds like a venereal disease. It doesn't. It just sounds like you scratched your arse off a piece of wood or something. It's a Scouse team. He's knocking, meaning he's close, but who knows? I don't know what that's about, Kate. How good is Wilson? Actually haven't been impressed so far. Free kicks. He's got a good set piece on him, without a doubt. Scott said, I reckon Chirivella will be the central defensive midfielder, Kylian and Jones central mid. Is this for the game against Shrewsbury, mate? You could well be right. My guess, of course, and it is just a guess, was that Kylian might be rested until the West Ham game. Perhaps get a few minutes at the end against Shrewsbury, just to get a few minutes under his belt. Chris said, can you see Origi leaving in the next 2 seasons? No, I don't. I think Origi could have walked, don't forget. I think at the end of this season his contract would have been up, but he signed a new deal with the club, a new improved deal that will keep him here for a prolonged period. And let's not forget, a striker hits his prime around 26, 27, 28, and Divock has a while to go yet. So no, I see him still being here. I see him getting more opportunities. I see him developing well. I genuinely see a future for Origi at Liverpool. I'm glad to have him at the club. Adam said, I'm so happy Laporte is back. Look, I'm sure if you're a Man City fan, you'd be delighted to have Laporte back. He's the heartbeat of that Manchester City defence. But I've always said I've no sympathy for Manchester City with regards to the defensive situation, or I didn't have any sympathy when they tried to say that it's because Laporte wasn't there that they're not challenging. Well, they didn't replace Vincent Kompany. That's a massive, massive hole in any team, and I'm not just talking about on the pitch, I'm talking about as a leader. And Manchester City went out there and spent ridiculous money on the likes of Stones and fullbacks and things like that, so I've never had any sympathy with them about that, to be fair. Losing him would affect any team for sure, yeah. But they have spent a shit ton of money on defenders, so I never had any sympathy for them. Origi has amazing footwork, said Scott, which is a good shout, mate. He does. Sometimes I wonder how the fuck he does it, like. His feet are so quickly, and he can move a ball in and around it before you know he's gone past the player and he's having a shot. Nick, things are alright, mate. How are you, buddy? Trent Alexander-Arnold may get there with the free kicks. Yeah, Trent has a good set piece on him as well. He really does. Ladies and gents, the good news is we're very, very close to getting towards our next 100 mark on the subscriber count. So if you're enjoying today's stream and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please take a second to do so. We're pushing on. We want to see how far we can get. Amazingly, we got I think we got 600 subscribers during the watch-along yesterday. And thanks to your amazing support, we had 85,000 people join us for the watch-along of that Wolves game. I'm going to say that again. 85,000 views of our watch along of the Wolves game, and I think about 7,500 of the post match reaction show. Your support always means the world to us, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for putting your trust in us. We know that there's a lot of options out there, and genuinely means a lot to us that you keep sticking with us. So again, don't give me a pat on the back. Give yourselves a pat on the back because you deserve it. I can see my phone's lighting up. It's got to be Crosby. He does love to fucking throw something. Oh, no, it's something else. Yeah, no problem, Brian. Consider it done, mate. 1 second. Let me just do... Sorry, Brian asked me to do something. Done. Right, 85k. Wow. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. That's mental to Cape Town Muslim. I think our highest number is... It's in and around 150,000 for the Barcelona game, which of course, you know, you'd expect. But I think the Super Cup against Chelsea, we topped 100k for that as well. So yeah, again, your amazing support. Thank you. Sam said Anfield agenda versus the United stand. Mate, they have, like, what are we, 5% of their subscriber numbers or something? Nah, Mark and the United stand are doing great things. Of course they despise their club, but, you know, they make great content and they deserve their success. Big Virgil used to score loads of sledgehammer free kicks in the SPL. Yeah, he did. I mean, go back and look at his days in Scotland. He absolutely did. Lens Space Media, great show. What have we got? I can't read that one out, Joe, because I couldn't. You know, I couldn't say anything about the Red Men. That I couldn't put us ahead of them or anything like that, mate. The Red Men are great. Red Men are absolutely quality, and they're you know, themselves and the Anfield rap. They're who all us little guys look up to, and they've inspired a lot of us to make content as well. I think we'll play a weaker lineup, said Milo. Is it Milo or Milo? I never know which way I'm supposed to pronounce that, by the way, buddy. Neil before Klopp said Minamino will settle in for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, mate. I mean, 7.25 million. I'm going to keep saying that number, and I'm going to be saying it when he's banging in goals and when he's an absolute superstar. £7.25 million for Takumi Minamino is a bargain. I know it was his release clause, but wow, what a bargain. Craig, keep or move on Origi and when? Just literally spoke about this, mate, a couple of minutes ago. Keep Origi. I love Divock Origi. Every time he comes on now, I see more and more improvements in him. It's going to be difficult for him to ever nail down an absolute guaranteed starting place in that front three. But you know what? We've got 60 plus games a season to play, and nobody can play all of those games. So if Divock can get himself 30 odd games a season, and then when he starts moving into his prime, if he keeps banging in numbers and progressing the way that he is, hey, you never know. God knows what the future holds. Should we sign Hakeem Ziyech? I think that boat has probably sailed, mate. Particularly when we brought in Minamino. I think it was a shrewder move. Now, Ziyech is doing great numbers, don't get me wrong, but he's happy. He's happy at Ajax. He's at a club that's doing well, and he's doing really well at, so, you know, I'd leave him be. I'm worried about Goldbridge's mental well-being. United are going to put him in the funny farm. It must be tough being a United fan. But I've got no sympathy for any Manchester United fan, and because I know they wouldn't have the same towards us, and they wouldn't want it. Andre Mariner's the referee. Thank you, Random Luke. I didn't know that, mate. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. There was something else I wanted to talk about as well, actually. Let me just look through my notes. Oh yes, I did say to you guys that there have been a few fixtures that have been moved in March for television purposes. Let me go through them for you now. So the Merseyside derby, Everton against Liverpool, is now being played on Monday, March the 16th. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff, and that game will be on Sky Sports. The reason I'm mentioning this is because I know there's some people out there who travel to games, who will have accommodation booked, or people who might just have plans and might have to change them now. So I'm not sure if everybody's seen this, but I want to give you guys a heads up on it. So again, the Everton-Liverpool game is going to be played on Monday, March 16th, an 8 p.m. kickoff on Sky. The second one that's been changed is our home game against Bournemouth. That's now a 12:30 kickoff on March the 7th. It's going to be shown on BT Sport. And the last game change is against Crystal Palace at Anfield. That game is on March the 21st, and it's now a 5:30 p.m. kickoff, and it's going to be shown on Sky Sports as well. So just to recap, Everton versus Liverpool, March 16th, 8 p.m. kickoff on Sky. Liverpool are home to Bournemouth, 12:30, March the 7th on BT. And Liverpool against Crystal Palace at Anfield, 5:30 p.m. kickoff, March 21st, and it's going to be on Sky Sports. Hope that helps. And if anybody's the travel plans messed up, yeah, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to give you guys the news anyway because I seen it earlier on. I didn't notice the ref. That's always good, said Neil before KLOPP. Yeah, this is why I love our subscribers, mate. I always get these beautiful little bits of information that some of us miss out on and other people pick up on. Cameron said, I think Curtis Jones deserves a start against Shrewsbury. I'm with you, buddy, and he's in my team. I'll run through my predicted 11. Well, actually say mine. It's mine and Connor's because we actually sat down this afternoon together in my house and put this team that we think might start. So Adrian is going to be in goal. KLOPP always said as much. That much we know. Larouci for us at left back, Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren centre back pairing for us for this game, and Neco Williams at right back. Firmino, Pedro Chiravella and Curtis Jones are the midfield trio that myself and Connor have gone with, and then up front we've gone for Divock Origi, Harvey Elliott and Takumi Minamino. Looks like a good 11 to me. I don't know. Again, keep your thoughts coming. I want to know your 11, ladies and gentlemen. So bang it in the chat there. This is a group. I genuinely, I know I say these things, but I do. I love to see the little tweaks or changes, or I love to maybe see somebody's 11 and go, oh shit, how did I miss that? Or, oh, do you know what? They've got a point there. So yeah, please do keep your thoughts coming. If you're watching this as well on playback later on, and you've gotten past the rant at the start, because thank you for staying with us past that rant. You know, I need to get shit off my chest from time to time, and I like to vent. But yeah, keep your comments coming. I want to know your starting 11s. I want to know your score predictions. I've gone 3-1. Those of you that watch us a lot will know that I do this because I always give the home team a goal, even though I want us to keep clean sheets. Harvard Egg, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, said, I have to admit that I enjoy to watch the United stand. He's so funny. United always lose. I started to watch you, Craig, a few days ago. You're just as decent as Mark, but much happier. Thank you, mate. Look, you're never going to get but complimentary stuff from me about Mark. He's a top lad. I enjoyed the few bits and pieces I've done with him over the couple of years. But yeah, United are up shit creek, and it's great to see. City play Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea and United before they play us. They'll drop more points, said Neil before KLOPP. Look, is anybody in any doubt that we're winning this league, by the way? Surely there couldn't still be people out there that have any doubts about Liverpool winning this league right now. We are, just knocking it out of the park. We're so many points clear. We'd have to lose a ridiculous amount of games. It's not going to happen. The only two things I think realistically, and again this is just my point on this, that we need to be not even worried about, but the only two things that are left is, can we go unbeaten and will we break the 101 point barrier? That for me is the only two questions left. I don't think we'll go unbeaten. I've always said that, but I've never been arsed about it either. I know you get the sexy goal trophy. I know it will be great to do. Maybe I'm just not allowing myself to dream just yet because there's enough games to go. But I think that the 101 points total, I think that is well within our sights. And how great would it be to be the team that's put the most points on the board in the history of the Premier League the year that we win it? I mean, we lost out last year on a ridiculous points total, 97. Imagine not winning a league title with 97 points. And we didn't. And fair play to Manchester City, winning 14 games in a row, getting 98 points. Credit to them. But this year, they hit the ground running the Reds. They weren't going to miss out again. Christian has gone for Adrian, Larouci, Matip, Lovren, Neco, Fabinho, Keita, Lallana, Elliott, Jones and Origi. John Hamilton said nope, not him. He doesn't have any doubts. We should sign Traore, Werner and Bellingham, said You'll Never Walk Alone LFC. Craig, have you seen Mark's video KLOPP versus Pep? It's a great watch. No, I don't get a chance to watch much stuff, Ella, on YouTube, because any spare time that I have, I'm either making content, putting notes together, or doing stuff on here. So the few clips I do see are usually actually from Twitter, to be honest. We're absolutely smashing it. In fact, most games we haven't got out of second gear. Yeah, I think, was it Andy Heaton from the Anfield Rap? I think it was one of the Anfield Rap lads said earlier on Twitter messing, yeah, imagine when we actually start playing well, or imagine when we actually click, because you're right, we haven't been at our best many times this year. And somebody, I still say that, somebody is going to get an absolute kicking before this season's over. And by that I mean like with a scoreline. Somebody's going to get a 6 or a 7 before the season's over, because we will click, we will let loose during one game and just destroy somebody. It's in us. We're close to it happening. Any news on Werner or Havertz? No, not that I've read J8 gamers, mate, and I'd always give you my honest opinions, mate. I think the Werner one is far, far, far more likely than Havertz. I mean, Havertz for me will end up at Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, but I would guess at Bayern Munich. But again, that's just my opinion, mate. Don't take it as gospel. Is Mark an actor or is that him 100% real? I would never call him an actor, but I mean, no, like, how do I say this? Like, so I get worked up during games when we're doing watch-alongs and stuff like that. I don't walk around my house shouting that much. Do you know what I mean? I don't walk around my house calling referees cunts and stuff. So I think everybody is a slightly exaggerated version of themselves when you're doing content like this. I'm batshit crazy, but not as batshit crazy as I am when we're doing watch-alongs and stuff. But I don't know Mark well enough. But I would never accuse him of anything other than the fact that he makes good content. My job is not here to belittle other people. My job's not here to go out and criticise other people. I've always said, I know what goes into a YouTube channel. I know the work that everybody puts in. Even channels that I'm not overly gone on. So I'll never disrespect them. Especially Mark, who's been a good friend to us and helped us out. But yeah, he's a good guy. He's a funny guy. I'm sure people enjoy watching his clips. You're going to the West Ham game, random Luke. So happy to hear that. Honestly, I love hearing that people have got a ticket well in. I'm really looking forward to us going over to the Villa game. I'm just shitting myself that they're going to move the fixture to a Friday or a Monday and we're going to have to fuck about with our flights again. His name isn't even Mark. No, it isn't. Everybody, like, that's no secret. He said that through Geordie. His name is Brent de Cesar. That's his real name. He used to work, I think, in the police force, I believe he said. And when he started doing the streams, he was still working there, I think, or something along those lines. And he didn't want to use his real name online. And look, each to their own. My name is definitely Craig Holden. I can promise you that one. But Brent de Cesar is a fucking cool name, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Using that would have been pretty cool. But, you know, if it was for work reasons, then hey, you got to do what you got to do. Mechatronics Geek said, if Liverpool do a 100 plus unbeaten season while being champions of England, Europe and the world, then we're officially the best team to ever exist in all leagues. Yeah, we'd be pretty fucking good, mate. You're right. What else we got to do? I mean, I love the fact that Hendo was going to end up being a Premier League winning, Champions League winning, Super Cup winning, Club World Cup winning captain. That's beautiful. Tick every box nearly. Give him an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup next year. Job's a good one. Mr. Bud, I'm tickety boo, thank you sir. Hope life's treating you well. I'm going to keep going tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so settle back. I told you, man's in for a long one tonight. I'm throwing in the odd man now and again because I want to be hip to the kids, you know what I mean? I want to pretend like I'm actually have a fucking clue what's going on because I feel so damn old. I'm 38 and I feel every damn day of it. Yeah, gonna go till about 11 tonight, so you're gonna get a full on hour and a half stream, so sit back and relax and enjoy, and I hope you can stay with us. Keep your comments coming. Nothing else you want to talk about? A little bit of news actually on Loris Karius. I know a lot of you guys have mentioned Karius over recent months to me. So the Echo via Fanatic, who I believe are a Turkish outlet, have posted that Loris Karius has instructed his agent to find him a new club in England or Germany after heavy criticism from Besiktas fans and the Turkish media. I believe he was booed on at least one occasion by the fans there. So I've always said I don't expect Karius back at Liverpool, but I don't think it'll be a problem finding somebody to sell him to, particularly in Germany from what I've read. But yeah, I hate to hear of any player receiving that level of abuse and stuff like that. So yeah, he's perfectly within his rights. Stop not lying, we all know you're not Craig, you imposter. Yeah, that's it. My real name is Jeff, and I was born on the 1st of Jeff, 19 Jeff the Jeff. Absolutely nicking jokes there, absolutely robbing jokes. That's from a really old, whose routine was it? Eddie Izzard. Yes, it was from Eddie Izzard, one of his routines. How's Cash Boyle doing? Haven't spoke to her. I've exchanged the odd message, but she's really busy, so yeah, I haven't had time to catch up with her in a while, but hopefully we'll get her on for a chat soon. SDB said, just in the stream, can I have your take on Traore joining us in the summer? I don't think it'll ever happen, to be honest, mate. And I don't think, as good a player as he is, and I won't doubt his greatness, I just don't think he would be as effective in our system, because the way Wolves are set up, it's set up to get the most out of him. But he's a class footballer. But no, I don't think there's any chance of him coming to Liverpool, mate. Would I sell Cater due to injury concerns? Absolutely not. No. Not when I've seen how good he can be. It takes a bit of getting used to this Premier League. It is a very physically demanding league, both on the pitch and the amount of minutes that you play, the tackles, the intensity. There's no backing off. You got to go for the full 90 minutes in this league. And that takes a bit of getting used to by people and their bodies as well. So, no, I absolutely wouldn't sell Naby. I love Naby. Bernadette Farrell said, I always felt we let Karius down the way some fans turned on him. It's not like the man wanted to do that. After the game, he had the humility to come and apologise. He almost begged for forgiveness. We seen that he got clattered into by that fucking scumbag. And whether we know if Ramos meant it or not, I don't know. Whether we know if it affected Karius during the game or not, I guess that's something we'll never know. But as a goalkeeper of my own time, I know how he felt. I mean, not on the level, of course, that he felt at that in the Champions League final, but he didn't go out to make those mistakes. He didn't intentionally do it. And when you're a goalkeeper, your mistakes usually end up in a goal. If a forward misses a sitter, fair enough. If a midfielder fucks up, fair enough. If a defender makes a mistake, the keeper can bail him out. If you're a goalkeeper like that, you're fucked. You make a mistake and it's on you, and there's nobody. You want the ground to open up and swallow you. And I really, really felt for him and his family who were in the stands. Was I angry at points during the game when it happened? Yeah, of course. You've seen the way I act during football games. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. But I would never, ever hold that against Loris Karius. And I genuinely wish him the best for wherever his career leads him. What do you think of Coutinho at Bayern? I think he's proven the grass isn't always greener, Dylan. Bayern, from what I've read, have no intention of triggering the clause to buy him after the loan deal. Barcelona just wanted his wages off and just wanted to try and get a deal in place to sell him. And again, him and Emre Can, I suppose, more Coutinho, because at least Can's seen out his contract. So, that's all we can ask. He'd seen out his time at Liverpool and went and joined Juventus, and in my opinion did absolutely nothing wrong. But Coutinho forced his way out a little bit. And if you remember, there was a really good article put out by Melissa Reddy at the time that said that Coutinho even turned to other senior Liverpool players to try and get them to have a word with Kloppo. Now, if I've gotten any little part of this article wrong, please forgive me. But go and check out Melissa Reddy's article. I'm sure it's still floating about. And she wrote about the whole situation, and I think that might have been one of the last straws for Jurgen Klopp, the fact that he did that. And look, the grass isn't always greener. We got rid of Michael Owen, we went and won the Champions League. He wanted to go and win stuff, and we went and won the Champions League. Coutinho left, and now look, we've won the Champions League, we won the World Club Cup, we've won the Super Cup, we're probably going to win the Premier League this year, and I'm sure that more trophies are on the way. So sometimes the grass isn't always greener. And he was idolised at Liverpool. Liverpool fans absolutely fucking worshipped Felipe Coutinho, and Barcelona fans turned on him in an instant. And I think that's something that will hopefully be a marker to other players to look and go, well shit, look what happened to Phil. If I go over there and I don't hit the ground running. I mean, Eden Hazard as an example, he went and signed for Real Madrid. Said the only club that he would leave Chelsea to go, and we heard the same about Coutinho. And he was signing, he was being unveiled in the Bernabeu, and they were singing, we want Mbappe, we want Mbappe. That's what you're dealing with there. Liverpool fans and a lot of Premier League club fans, their loyalty is tremendous. Barcelona fans, and we've seen during the two watch-alongs, petulant little shits. Most of them don't even support the club, they just support Lionel Messi. Now, of course, there are Catalans who were born and bred in that city and absolutely loved them, and of course there are fans around the world who genuinely idolise Barcelona. But there's a lot of petulant little glory-hunting, arrogant, entitled shits out there as well. And you don't really get that too much with the hardcore Liverpool fans. So yeah, I hope that might lead to other players seeing what happened with Felipe Coutinho and realising that the grass isn't always greener. Plus, we should really be thanking him, I suppose, to some extent, because selling Phil allowed us to go out there and get Alisson Becker and Virgil van Dijk, and we've all seen what's happened since they've come in. Mechatronic Geek said Kane will be the best box-to-box midfielder in the world. He won't ever be lauded like Modric, just like Hendo doesn't get the recognition that Toni Kroos does. Pixel_NME said I've got no bad feelings against Karius. How's the dog next door? Okay, thank you. I mean, as I said, I think that the owner just lets the dog out for a little wee before the Liverpool games and stuff, because he's a Liverpool fan as well. Craig, what level did I play at when I was a keeper? You're not baiting me into it, mate. I'm going to move on. I'm just going to smile and move on. Karius wasn't good enough, simple as that. Klopp persevered with him too long. I agree that he wasn't good enough. Elijah John 5, no question about that. No arguments there whatsoever. And I think Klopp tried to give him the chances, even in pre-season, and I think maybe he noticed that mentally there was no recovery at this club for him at that time. And I'm just guessing. But I do agree with you, he wasn't good enough, and I've no doubt about that, but it doesn't mean I can't wish him well going forward. Next season, do you play Mane, Salah and Keita every single game before the AFCON? If they pick up an injury during that period, they could potentially miss the contest and the rest. I hadn't given that much thought, mate, but obviously they're all proud to play for their countries. Keita's going to go and represent Guinea well, Salah's going to go with Egypt, Mane's going to go with Senegal, and they're all going to go and want to win the AFCON and play as well as they can. But from a purely selfish Liverpool perspective, yeah, play them. Play them as much as possible. Salah was rushed back for the World Cup for me, and didn't work out for him, and he carried that lack of form into the start of the following season, because probably still carrying that shoulder injury at the time. It's a good shout though. I mean, I like cynical stuff like that, lens-based media. And what does other people think? Would you like to see them played a lot before the AFCON, and then nobody wants the player to be injured, nobody, but I do get your way of thinking. Was Karius better than Mignolet? No. I mean, Mignolet made fuck-ups, but, I think consistently Mignolet was probably of a higher level than Karius. I think Karius had a higher ceiling and potential than Mignolet, but I don't think either were ever truly good enough for Liverpool Football Club. But Mignolet, for me, had better periods and better performances. Scotty said, Craig, nothing against Karius, he wasn't good enough, but the hate that he got from fans' messages was bad. Craig going for the Pepe look as a keeper. That's it. To me and Pepe Reina, it's almost looking in the mirror, isn't it? To be fair, if I put on an Aston Villa tracksuit right now, an extra large one, of course, it would have to be, but you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, would you? If I stood on a table or I stood in the chair and started singing La Bamba now, like he did for his initiation into Villa, you'd never know the difference. Of course my singing will be better, because it's like having a male Adele here. Right, let your comments keep coming, ladies and gentlemen. Craig, will we collapse like United when Klopp leaves? No. I mean, Jurgen Klopp said when he came in that he wants to leave this club in a better place than when he arrived, and he's going to do that. And I've no doubt that whoever the successor will be will have learned from the past. I mean, we know what it's like to not replace people properly, and we know that football is cyclical, and we know that it's hard if you lose your place at the top. But I think allowing Alex Ferguson to have a say in his successor, I didn't really get that. Now, of course, Sir Alex Ferguson, what he did for Manchester United is unquestionable. One of the greatest managers of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. Nobody can argue about that. But he was moving on, and I think he was clever when he was moving on. He's seen that team was right at the end of it. And, the proof of a great manager is, are you able to build your second team and build your third team? And give him that credit. He did that. But he knew that this current group of Manchester United, or that current group, were at the very end. And he went out with a league title. Fair fucks to him for that. I don't like him, don't like his club, but, I'm trying to be fair and give credit where it's due. So no, I don't think we'll make that same mistake, mate. I think that we'll have better succession planning, and it won't be fucking David Moyes. Oh, David Moyes, the chosen one. Oh, they'll never live that down. What a win last night. One more against West Ham, and it's ours, said Martin G. Barcelona is so multi-layered with their pettiness. It's like a political party with fighting sides, wannabe directors, ultras, fan ownership, chairman. Yeah, it's a strange, very petty. I read somewhere before, and I don't know the exact number, so I'm not going to throw out a number, but I think a lot of the ticket sales for Barcelona I want to use the word tourists. Now, I don't want to say that they're not Barcelona fans coming over for a game, but I'm saying that there are people who just want to tick boxes and say I've been to the Bernabeu and got to a game. I'm not saying that's right or that's wrong. I'm just saying that as far as I'm aware, there's a pretty high percentage of that. Now, I don't know what that is for other clubs. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I want to go and see the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. I want to go to a game over there at some point, and I won't be ashamed at all to do that. I'll be happy to go over there and see it. I went to the Spurs Stadium when we were recently in London for the game against Middlesbrough because I wanted to see Spurs Stadium. I'm not knocking people for that. It's just something that genuinely intrigued me, and I wonder does that maybe add to the lack of atmosphere sometimes at the Bernabeu. Or not at the Bernabeu, excuse me, at the Camp Nou. Gerrard for manager for me after Klopp, says Lols Beeb. Don't rule out Pep and Linders. That's all I'm saying. I mean, Gerrard, yeah, we all ideally think, yeah, Stevie G, and maybe rightly so. But Pep Linders is very, very highly thought of within the club and is a damn fine coach. Why are Liverpool so good, Craig? It's unbelievable. Well, varying reasons, mate. One, we've got a manager in who understands the DNA of the club, who gets the city, who gets the fans, who gets the culture. We've got very good people behind the scenes. FSG have brought in, Billy Hogan, Michael Edwards, Barry Hunter is at the club. I'm not sure if he was there before or after they came in. I'll be lying to you if I say I remember that. Got the best coach that they could possibly get. They've made some mistakes. They learned along the way. But we've done things the right way. We've been very, very clever in our recruitment, and our sales have been fucking phenomenal. The money that we've gotten for some players, for like Dominic Solanke, for example, the money we got for Felipe Coutinho when we sold him, the money that we got for was it Brad Smith, that youngster I think we sold as well. We've moved on players at times for transfer fees that I've just gone, how did we do that? And we've brought players in for money that has looked like an absolute bargain. So yeah, it's been really, really good the way they've gone about it. And they used the phrase when they came in, under promise and over deliver, and they've done it. It's taken a while, but they've done it. And yeah, they're very good owners, very good custodians of this football club. But yeah, what makes Liverpool so special is the stadium, the DNA of the fans, especially on European nights. I don't give a shit what anyone says. There's something in that stadium that just can conjure up events like that Barcelona game. That's not happening in any other stadium. That's not happening anywhere else. That's happening at Anfield. All fans hate Salah. No, they don't. That's absolutely untrue. I'm a fan. I don't hate Salah. I know 99.9% of this chat love Salah. Maybe opposition fans, I don't know. But again, as I said earlier on, they'd all love to have him at their club. Don't overanalyse, we're so good because of the mighty Reds. Yeah, but the analysing is part of the fun, mate, isn't it? I mean, I'd love to know what your guys' take is. Kevin Stewart and Jordan Ibe as well, yeah. I mean, we basically swapped Kevin Stewart for Andy Robertson. Just let that sink in. Mal Content Goldbridge was saying Gareth Southgate would be mentioned as a replacement for Ole. Look, with all due respect, and I mean this in the right way, I don't care about anything about the United manager. Keep Solskjaer there forever. Just keep him there. What about Peter Kravitz for the next manager? Again, one of Klopp's trusted lieutenants. I don't know. I would say Linders would be more likely. I think Linders has shown when he went to manage in Holland that, he has that about him. He wants to take that step up. Sometimes people know that they're a natural number two, or they know they're a natural assistant, and they don't want to make that step up. But Linders has shown that he does. It didn't quite work out for him for whatever reason. Could have been wrong time, could have been the club wasn't in a great way, but he came back to Liverpool, and it's been great for us to have him here. Valverde wasn't in your La Liga team, a lot of talent in La Liga, so I see why you didn't have him in. Yeah, look, it's it's difficult for me as well, TR Gaming, because I'm not by any way professing to be a La Liga expert. Far fucking from it. I watch La Liga as much as I can, but I would have more knowledge in the Premier League than La Liga. But just outside of Liverpool, my focus isn't really there. But I was humbled to be asked to make that video, and I think we did a fucking good job with it. I know Connor did a great job with his editing, and yeah, please do watch it. I mean, if you can do one thing for me after this, that 8 and a bit minute video of the predicted La Liga team for the next decade, please go, give it a thumbs up, give it a watch, get your comments in there, because by doing that and showing that we can make this varied content and showing people that if they give us these little projects, we can push on, we're all going to benefit, because that's why we did it. We only did it to try and get the channel out there, to get us to more people, to give us a varied range, to show people we can do different styles of content. And again, we did it off our own back. Thoughts on Nuno as manager? Excellent. Excellent manager. I like Nuno. I like his honesty. Kind of like Chris Wilder, but not as bluntly honest. I like Nuno. I like that he gets worked up. He seems like a good lad. It was a banging video, said TR Gaming. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, mate. I enjoyed making it. I mean, to get to say a video and say, like, before you hear my 11, let's hear from the experts. I'll hand it over to Guillaume Balaguer and Graham Hunter. Like, that's just off of dreams for me. I said to you before, like, Graham Hunter's the man that inspired me to start making any content. I love Graham Hunter, and to have had that interview with him that's up on the channel as well was amazing. And I got him to speak about Andy Robertson and his situation and his story. So again, if you haven't seen that video, go back and have a watch of that one, because there is more Liverpool centric stuff in that. Yeah, please do. And again, we had a chat with Guillaume Balaguer as well. So, we're trying to bring you guys as much as we can. What happened to Buvac? We're not allowed to say that name, mate. Send the klaxon. Somebody send the Buvac klaxon. I think nobody will ever know the truth of that. Maybe somebody will write a book down the line, but I don't know, and I don't want to lie and come on here and say I heard this or read that, because it's a situation between himself and Jurgen Klopp, who had a long working relationship, something like 18 years working together. And I'm not going to disrespect Klopp or Buvac by having a guess at what happened in that situation, but he moved on for whatever reason. Hi Craig, up to Liverpool on Sunday afternoon time to Kieran Bailey. Yeah, it's a 5 p.m. kickoff, ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday for the Reds game against Shrewsbury Town in the FA Cup 4th round. Darren Neal said, the way Nuno speaks makes me want to listen to him for hours. Patbot's put the link into the La Liga video there. Thank you, Patbot. Really appreciate that, mate. TR Gaming said, Graham Hunter was so detailed and you could see he had a lot of time for you and Connor. He was nothing but a gent. Honestly, I spoke to him a couple of times throughout the night, and he's just so friendly and so down to earth and just lovely. When I met him at first, I said to him, any chance, you could get a picture? And he said, do you want to do something? Do you want to do a bit of... And I said, yeah, if you've got 30 seconds. And he goes, 30 seconds? Nah. And he brought us, and we sat right up on the stage of the event, and we got, I think a 14-minute interview with him. And I'm the one that had to cut that interview short because I could see they wanted to get on with the event. Graham Hunter was just so giving with his time. Yeah, it was lovely. And Guillaume Balaguer as well was an absolute gent. I mean, I've been critical at times of Guillaume. I've disagreed with him on many things. But yeah, to get a chance to chat to the man who wrote the book about Rafael Benitez, who delivered us a Champions League, that unforgettable night in Istanbul, and to hear Guillaume say that, who the fuck's going to beat Liverpool? Well, I mean, obviously they weren't his exact words, but he said, who's going to knock Liverpool out of the Champions League? Who's going to beat them? He's kind of right, It's going to take, I've said this, one hell of a team. Klopp and Buvac have worked so close for so long they needed a change, said Neil before Klopp. What channel is it on? BBC for the FA Cup game, I think, isn't it? Isn't it BBC for the game on Sunday? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do a watch-along of the game against West Ham on Wednesday. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to view the game. So if I can't view the game, then I'm not going to be able to do the watch-along, because it's not on TV in Ireland. It's not on TV in the UK. I think that's the night that United and City play their pointless second leg of the League Cup, because City are definitely gone through there. So I'm going to have to hang off on that one. So I'm not making any promises for next Wednesday, but definitely will be here on Sunday. Kieran said, "Hi Craig, up in Dublin tomorrow night." I don't know if that's a statement from you or a question towards me, mate, but if you're going up there, have a good one. Am I going to be up there? No. With the family this weekend. I have a few days off, which is why I'm not making any content tomorrow. My family have been very kind. I've been off and about a lot over the last couple of weeks, and as always, I've had their unwavering support, so I want to spend the day with my family tomorrow. Joseph said, "Craig, would you like to mathematically win the league 2 months prior to the end of the season, or be clear enough to win it? If we mathematically win it too early, will it mentally affect the players?" No, because even if we do win it, Joseph, early, they're still going to want to go and break that points record, and if there's still a possibility of being unbeaten, they're going to want to go and do that as well. The game against Manchester City, if we were to continue to win, would be the 49th game, which I think would be the one that would either equal or beat Arsenal's record of 49. So there's still a lot to play for, mate, no matter what. And Jurgen Klopp won't accept them to switch off, especially when you've still got the Champions League that we're hopefully still involved in at that point. Is Klein back from injury? Said Joe Rawson. He's back training, I believe, mate, and I think you'll probably see him move on somewhere before the end of this window, if he can prove his fitness by then. Would I take Traore from Wolves? No, but not because I don't think he's good enough, Darren, because I don't know if our system is suited to get the best out of him, whereas Wolves is. But I definitely rate him as a player. The West Ham game is on Sky. It's not, Casper, mate. It's not on television. You were really assured and confident in those La Liga interviews, Craig. You're a natural interviewer. Thank you. Thank you, Bernadette. I've done very few interviews in my life, and that was a very nerve-wracking interview because I was sitting on the stage at that event with, the event cameras were floating around. I turned to my right and I seen other presenters from La Liga there. Guillaume Balaguer was there, Gus Poyet was there, Pochettino was there. It was nerve-wracking. So yeah, I'm proud of myself that I was able to cope, and but a lot of that was down to Graham Hunter and his givingness, and to hear Graham Hunter say that he was aware of the channel, and to hear Graham Hunter, he's just a pro. He's just a damn good pro, isn't he? And Brian said massive props to Graham Hunter. Yes. And he's been very good to us as well. He's followed us, of course. Well, I think he was already following us on Twitter, and he's been interacting and sharing stuff with us. And you never know. I don't think maybe down the line we'll have another chat with Graham Hunter. He's one of those people. Some people don't know who he is until they hear his voice, because he's got such a lovely, distinctive, articulate voice. Kurt Koenig said, "Try NBC Sports. There could be a stream." Yeah, I know, I get where you're going with it, mate, but obviously I've got to be careful about what I say on a stream. All I can continue to say is it's not on television in Ireland or the UK. "We'll have won it by the time we got to City," said Stephen Booker. "Guard of Honour at the Etihad would be great," said Neil before KLOPP. Did they have Diet Coke at the event? No. They had fucking Diet Pepsi. Yeah, no Diet Coke. Diet Pepsi at the event. I think I nursed one all night, whereas if it was Diet Coke, I'd have been guzzling it down. "Hope Leeds come up," said Cape Town Muslim. Bielsa joins the Premier League. Of Pointless fame. Love that guy. I've no idea who you're talking about, Stephen. What YouTube channel do I watch the most? Joe Rogan. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Joe Rogan, and what would be the one I'd watch the second most? IFL TV. Yeah, boxing. Massive boxing fan. Love what Kugan Cassius and the guys do over there as well. Invite Hunter to your stream. I'd rather, again, put my hand in my pocket and fly over and sit down and do another interview with him at some point. I hope you get another interview with Graham Hunter. We exchange contact information, so I've a way of reaching out to Graham Hunter if I need to, and maybe down the line. Yeah, maybe down the line. I hope so. The only Sky channel showing the West Ham game is Skynet, not Sky Sports, said John Hamilton. Craig, do I like Diet Coke? I do. Yes, I fucking love this shit, mate. I guzzle it down every time. There's never been a stream where one of these bad boys hasn't been right around. Mr. A said, Chirivella or FA Cup Xabi Alonso. Do you remember his goal against Luton in the FA Cup? Gerrard was giving out to him, don't shoot. Xabi just shoots and Gerrard turns around, sees it goes in and then starts clapping. Lovely moment that. Absolutely love it. One of my favourite Liverpool FA Cup moments. What's been my goal of the season so far? Oh, are we talking like Liverpool centric here? God. I mean, Salah's goal where he went so far wide that it looked impossible on his right foot and still banged it in was amazing. God, it's just been a fucking load of good goals this season, to be fair. I'd have to watch clips, mate, because I know I'd forget something really obvious, but it's a good question to finish up on tonight. Let's do the last couple of minutes on what has been your favourite Liverpool goal of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Did I speak to Pochettino? No, I didn't get a chance to speak to him. No, didn't get the chance to speak to Pochettino. None of the closet manks saying much these days. Go to suck it up, Fergie, said Martin G. I don't know what fair play. And anything that criticises United is grand with me, Martin. Scotty said, Skynet is free in the UK if you have Sky Sports. No, what's this Skynet thing? There's a Sky app, Sky Sports app. The game isn't on in the UK, full stop, as far as I'm aware. I don't know what Skynet is, so excuse my ignorance, but yeah, I'm baffled, sorry. When do I think Bobby will score a home in the league? It's madness that he hasn't, Richard, isn't it, this season? He scored some big goals though, Bobby, hasn't he? But yeah, from not to have scored a home in the league, yeah, very soon, I'd imagine, Richard, very soon. Jones against Everton was nice. That was a belter, yeah. It was a wonderful goal. What a moment for that young man as well. Mo Salah against Chelsea, said Casper. Salah United 2020. Think Salah's goal against United felt the best, a Cape Town Muslim. Fabinho's goal against City, a belter of a goal, said Darren Neal. Mane against Villa just because of the time of the game and what it meant. Stephen Booker said Mane's against Genk in the Champions League was one where all three combined and he dinks it over the keeper. Neil before Klopp was gone for Curtis Jones' goal against Everton. Salah's goal versus City. What have we got? Shelley LFC, thank you, mate, so much for the super chat. Really, really kind of you. Thank you so much. Fabinho against City for Shelley LFC. That's very generous of you, mate. Thank you. Favourite Liverpool goal of the season, Trent at Leicester, said Richard. The first goal against Newcastle, Bobby's pass to Salah, said Dylan Lee. Oxlade-Chamberlain against Genk, outside of the boot, said Mr. A. Origi against Everton, his finish over Pickford, said the Revenite. Lens-based media said any goal and any team scores against Jordan Pickford is my favourite. Yeah, but the one Origi scored, the one, the season before last, where Verge slices it goes up into the air. Little Pickford fucks up, bounces off the bar, and then Divok's there to nod it in. That's a moment. That is a moment that will live forever. Salah's heel flick against Watford. Wasn't that Mane? I'm getting confused. Mane backheeled one down into the ground over a keeper. Who was that against? I can't remember who that goal was against, but I just remember thinking that was fucking clever. Curtis Jones against Everton for Louis Titley. Leon said, come on you Shrews and come on you Reds, I support both. It's a win-win game for you then, isn't it, Leon? I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm looking forward to seeing the younger players get a chance as well. And it's always good because we get to play the same teams week in and week out, so it's always interesting, mate. And yeah, enjoy it if you're going to the game, Leon. Watford. There you go. Watford, yes. Oh, would you fuck off the Nico Defence League stuff, Ryan? No, I get it. We like Nico, but mate, I mean, what type of a little weirdo just comes in and starts writing that? Have you nothing better to say, mate? Nothing you want to chat to the chat about? No, nothing about football? No. Nico's great. Fan of Nico, but fuck off. The Terminator's reels are Brian Morrissey. Mane's back heels at Richard LFC. Salah came on back passed and Heel flicked it, said Havard egg. Salah also scored a flick against Watford, said Adam Parks. Yeah, sorry, I was just confused. I was thinking of Sane's one, or Mane's one where he back heels it down into the ground over the keeper. That was genius. Couldn't reach the crossbar. He's only got little arms, mate. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, we've done an hour and a half. We're going to call it a night. Thank you so much. Again, I won't be here tomorrow, so I will chat to you wonderful people. We'll be doing a watch along of the game against Shrewsbury. We'll be starting at about 4:30 on Sunday. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn notifications on. Keep your comments coming if you watch this on playback later on. I'd love to know your thoughts on everything that we talked about. And again, if you have a few spare minutes, please do go over and check out that La Liga Team of the Decade video and give me your thoughts on that as well. Apologies about my little rant at the start of the video, but I need to get shit off my chest, and this is the place for me to do it. Same as you guys. Love to you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you on Sunday. Up the motherfucking Reds.